All right, let's take a look at the big numbers in the battle of two big boys, Ayala versus Moldavsky, to kick off Bellator 239.
You can take a look at what I'm talking about. Look at the weight difference, 261. Ayala's a big, heavy, strong guy. Moldavsky's 229, fast and can move well.
With the official introductions, here is the official international voice of Bellator MMA, Mr. Michael C. Williams.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to Bellator MMA Live on Paramount Network from Winstar World.
大家好，老师从业中医男科30余年，帮助了数千名海内外华人朋友通过中药调理重回男性雄风。如果你也存在房事时间短、勃起无力、硬度差、中途疲软、肾虚、前列腺炎等问题，现在就加中医老师微信574-993-200，纯中药，一人一方，治根治本，帮助你持续坚挺20至40分钟，补肾壮阳，延时助勃，彻底告别快男软男。记住微信574-993-200。
11 victories, 7 defeats, fighting out of Porterville, California, Harvey Ayala. In charge of the action, your referee, Blake Grice.
Blake Grice has been assigned this heavyweight encounter, the first of our 4 fights comprising Bellator 239, the main card.
All right, we go. You ready? Ready? Fight!
Javi Ayala in the red gloves, Valentin Moldavsky in the blue glove. Ayala still working full-time as a forklift operator at Walmart. I guess it's apropos that in his biggest victory, he beat Frank Mir against the wall, John, and looking to continue that momentum going into this fight against the dangerous Moldavsky, who has won 3 in a row, all 3 victories coming here in Bellator.
Nice takedown by Moldavsky, taking Ayala onto the ground. He's in side control position. Ayala needs to just take his time, but work his way out of this position. He cannot stay here under a very good submission fighter.
South almost here for Moldavsky, who has a armbar, rear naked choke, and guillotine choke submission win coming from Stary Oskol, the hometown of the legend Fyodor Emelianenko. No surprise, he represents Team Fedor and Alexander Nevsky Sports Club, so he gets to sit under the learning tree of one of the all-time greats.
When you look at Moldavsky, he utilizes the same things that made Fedor so good. Speed, quickness, power in his hands, and a very good submission game.
And while Ayala knocked out Sergey Haratonov in your record fashion, he says that the win over the former UFC heavyweight champion Frank Mir, by far the biggest of his career, but he's in tough so far against Moldavsky, about to be taken down for the second time.
Yeah, Ayala did a great job of working himself back to his feet. Moldavsky didn't care, just kept working, brought him right back down. He's got an arm triangle if he's able to switch to that side, but that fence is going to make it very difficult for it to work for him. He's getting there.
All 4 wins by KO or submission for Moldavsky have come here in the opening round, and he's threatening Ayala with the arm triangle.
You're seeing Ayala starting to push that arm. That's telling you he's starting to feel the pressure of it. But the problem is Moldavsky can't change the angle. He wants to bring his hips at that angle across from him and wasn't able to do it.
Ayala survives, gets back to his feet. Ayala has been submitted once in his career via rear naked choke. That came against Alex Huddleston at Bellator 139 back in June of 2015. But Moldavsky on top of Ayala at the midpoint of the first frame. And Ayala, Moldavsky looking to put the hooks in momentarily, taking Ayala back down to the mat.
And all of this is the type of work when you're the bigger heavyweight. Ayala's got some quickness to him. But when you're working hard to get back up and then you're just put right back down to the canvas, it gets very, very frustrating, and it just mentally wears you down.
28-year-old Moldavsky began training Sambo and Judo at 18, a combat Sambo world champion in 2018. Give us the Coles Notes version of what combat Sambo is, John.
Combat Sambo is plain and simple. It's MMA done with a gi, headgear, shin guards, but they go after everything. Full strikes, full submissions. Combat Sambo is as close to MMA as you can get.
A plethora of takedowns here in the opening frame for Valentin Moldavsky.
Watch the back of the head, careful.
Moldavsky multiple times has worked to get his hooks in, but every time he tries to step in with his hook to get the back of Ayala to control the position, Ayala is just a little bit too big. Closes that gap. Moldavsky back to a hip ride.
Ayala thought that the layoff since his victory over Frank Mir had its upside. For a year and a half, he's been able to focus on improvement. He said he wanted to look a lot sharper. Well, so far, his offense being muted by Valentin Moldavsky's Velcro grip.
Yeah, every time Javier Ayala works hard to get himself back to his feet, you see Moldavsky take the legs, sweep him out, bring him right back to the ground.
Under a minute remaining here in round one. Ayala being forced to expend a lot of energy thus far, and again he goes down, hits the deck like a card dealer, as the rap god Eminem would say.
Beautiful trip right into side control for Valentin Moldavsky.
Side control by Moldavsky. Short right hand to the breadbasket of Ayala. Under 20 seconds now remaining in the first round, and it's been all Valentin Moldavsky. Ayala surviving a very tough opening 5 minutes.
Here's the takedowns of Moldavsky. Brings him backside, right into side control position, and multiple times you're seeing him picks Javier Ayala up, slams in the ground, and then nice trips that ended up putting Javier Ayala back to the mat every time he got to his feet.
Round number 2, Moldavsky first met Fyodor Emelianenko back in 2015. It was at the Russian MMA Championship held by the Russian MMA Union. Emelianenko was in attendance and invited Moldavsky to train with them. Needless to say, Moldavsky calls it the greatest honor of his career, and a great start. 5 for 5 when it comes to takedowns in that first 5 minutes.
Yeah, but for whatever reason, you see Moldavsky's able to get his hands around the big body.
Oh, nice reversal by Ayala. Getting quickly back to his feet this time. Looking for a judo throw, but again, the weight distributed by Moldavsky puts Ayala on his back.
That's just technique, Moro. You're looking at a guy trying to muscle an individual who's using proper technique. Technique's going to win just about every time.
Moldavsky attended university, earning a degree in law. Ayala might want to consider suing his takedown defense.
Right now, Moldavsky's making an easy case for these judges as far as what they're seeing. He's just dominating the action, putting Ayala on the ground, hitting him with short, heavy shots. Ayala working hard, trying to get back to his feet many times. Does, but then ends up getting put right back down. Very frustrating moment if you're Javier Ayala.
Ryan Bader, current Bellator heavyweight champion. In fact, he's a champ. He'll defend the light heavyweight strap May 9th in San Jose, California against Vadim Nemkov. But
Moldavsky's teammate.
Absolutely, and Moldavsky would love to work his way to an opportunity at that heavyweight crown, and has looked highly effective thus far in this matchup against the veteran Javier Ayala.
And it's clear from what Moldavsky is doing is they had the game plan. Hey, we don't want to stand on the outside and throw shots with a guy that's got as heavy a hands as Javier Ayala. Javi can put anybody out with one shot. We're going to stay glued to him. We're going to take him to the ground. We're going to make him work, and we're just going to try to wear him out. Trip right down. All of these takedowns are as smooth as a sifter of salted caramel whiskey, man. It's just flowing.
Look at you with the wonderful analogies and metaphors. And I know a guy who likes his whiskey out in the
That's why
out in the state of Tennessee. 2 minutes remaining here in the second round. And Ayala could use a stiff drink if this continues, my friend, because he is getting manhandled by Valentin Moldavsky, the 28-year-old who is 8-1 and a perfect 3-0 here in Bellator.
Now these takedowns, he's just all technique, waiting for the opportunity, sweeping the leg out, nice trips, picking him up at times, dropping him down, just putting on a takedown exhibition.
Ayala, he started wrestling in the 7th grade. He continued with the sport at Porterville High School, where he also competed in track and field. He ran the 100-meter dash as well as throwing the discus and the shot put. And it's Moldavsky, though, who pins Ayala along the fence.
Take your fingers out of the cage, thank you.
And the referee warning Ayala for having his fingers inside the cage.
And again, just bringing him back over. When you're looking at game planning for a fight, this is just a perfect game plan. If you're going to fight Javi Ayala, stay away from his strengths, put him in the positions where you can dominate.
I didn't know Thackerville was Ric Flair country. You hear those woos?
Hear the woos.
Well, Valentin Moldavsky is continuing to wear down Javi Ayala. Under 30 seconds left here in the second round. And with heavyweights, of course, you always talk about the gas tank.
Yeah, but we have seen Moldavsky multiple times. He has no problem going 15 minutes and going 15 minutes hard.
But will Ayala have a problem?
That's a difference with as much weight has been on him and all the shots he's taken. It's wearing down.
Third and final round straight ahead here at Bellator 239. Thus far, Javi Ayala has been subjected to a Moldavsky mauling.
Back up just a bit. You ready? Fight!
Ayala in the red gloves, Moldavsky in the blue gloves, third and final round. And we talk about a mulling, we talk about the takedowns. What about the edge in strikes for Moldavsky?
Oh, edge in strikes, come on, take a look. It's only a difference of 90-5 thrown and 59-1 landed.
Even the Elam ending wouldn't help Ayala in that equation. As we begin the third and final round, how can Ayala help himself try to get back into this fight?
You know, he's got to stay out of the clinch situations. Every time he gets into a clinch situation, Moldavsky's able to work his way into getting his hands together. And when he does, he's taking Ayala down with a variety of different takedowns. Ayala has not been able to stop him, I don't think once.
Go to your knees. You gotta use your half guard. Use the half guard sweep. Use the half guard sweep. You gotta get that locked down or bring your knee inside. Hey, you gotta go lock down or bring your right knee inside to create space. If he gives you space, put the right knee inside, Javi. Or go and try to get that lockdown. Put that under it.
Right now you can hear Javi Ayala's corner talking to him about getting a lockdown on that leg. He's got to move his hip position to make that happen, which he just did, but then didn't do the lockdown.
First of back-to-back heavyweight encounters to kick off Bellator 239's main card. Still to come, we will see the 8-0 Tyrell Fortune face the 12-6 Tim Johnson. And by the way, I thought 12-6 wasn't allowed in MMA, John.
You're absolutely right, it's not. Got to change that record.
And again, Moldavsky looking to finish Ayala off with a potential arm triangle choke or a side choke for you catch wrestling connoisseurs.
There you go. Moldavsky just creating a lot of pressure, using shoulder pressure. Now posturing up to land heavier shots. That's what gives Javi, whenever you have that separation, that's going to give you your moment to try to get yourself back out of the position.
And Moldavsky feeding that right hand under the armpit of Javi Ayala, trying to do to Ayala what was done to his coach, Fedor Emelianenko, by Dan Henderson.
Exactly. It's so hard to explain, but when you don't see the shot, those are the ones that hurt you. And when that comes from underneath the arm, you never see it, and all of a sudden you're getting just, as you would say, what is that, snobber blocker?
Oh, no, actually, it's my good friend from Oklahoma, Hall of Famer Jim Ross, who uses the term slobber knocker. Under 2 minutes left here in the third round. Hasn't exactly been a slobber knocker, but it has been domination by Valentin Moldavsky. And Moldavsky is becoming a tattoo on the body of Javi Ayala.
Javi has not been able to stop anything really that Moldavsky has tried. He has gotten himself out of the submission attempt, but again, the cage was a part of that because Moldavsky was not able to create the angle that we would want to make that choke tighter.
When you talk about the toughness, the durability of Javi Ayala, again, 6'2", family, working a full-time job and yet still hungry. But tonight, it's Moldavsky who's been feasting with the takedowns and with top control, smothering Javi Ayala as we head into the final minute of this fight.
Javi Ayala never has had any quit in him. He never gives up. He's always going to look to find that way to get that victory. It's just against a guy that is technically as good as Moldavsky. When you get caught in these positions and you're just working hard to get out, you use all that energy to get yourself back, and then you end up right in the same position. It's just one of those nights you go, man, I just can't seem to get anything to work my way.
Moldavsky's 10th professional fight. His lone defeat came in Japan for Rizin Fighting Federation, New Year's Eve 2016, when he lost via split decision to Amir Aliakbari.
You said that?
I don't even know if I said it right the first time. 15 seconds left here in the fight. Ayala looking to get back up to his feet.
Did it.
And wants to deliver the mother of all Hail Mary strikes. But Valentin Moldavsky has this one in the bag. We'll get the official decision when we return to WinStar World Casino and Resort here in Oklahoma. Valentin Moldavsky looking to remain unbeaten in 4 Bellator MMA fights. Michael C. Williams has the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, having gone the distance, we'll go to your 3 judges at cage side. Your first judge, Sal D'Amato, scores the fight 30-25. Judges Jaron Vallel and Derek Cleary both see it the same, 30-24. All have it for the winner by unanimous decision, Valentin Moldavsky.
How do you spell dominant? M-O-L-D-A-V-S-K-Y. Valentin Moldavsky now 9-1, 4-0 in the Bellator MMA cage after smothering Javi Ayala and using takedowns to secure the victory. Let's go to Big John McCarthy.
I'm here with your winner, Valentin Moldavsky. Valentin, you made a decision to stay close to Javi Ayala, to avoid his big strikes and bring him into a grappling match. Was that your plan?
Yes, it's my plan, because I see his fight with Ray Haritonov, and I think I rested him and grappling. It's my plan. I don't think need to strike and stay with him.
Just needed to stay smart, stay on the ground, and try to get the submission. Did you think you had that arm triangle in the first round?
Yes, I think I do submission, but he very strong. He can right hand like this, and I can't push. Very strong guy, that's why I can't.
He's very strong. That was an outstanding performance. You dominated that match. Ladies and gentlemen, your winner, Valentin Moldavsky.